everybody, this is another question and answer session. I can't remember which one we're on now. I think 3 or 4, whatever. But we're going to ask all the questions that everybody gave us, so thanks everybody for submitting. You know, it means a lot to us that you take the time even to send these things in and you're interested. And we got actually a serious bunch of questions this time. Last time was like
serious questions.
Yeah, last time was kind of zany stuff, but these ones are actually questions that
no more how to dispose of the body.
They're kind of serious. So here we go. And thank you all for watching this as you're out there in Happy Land. Anyway. That is one of Russ Meyer's Super Vixens from the 60 Cheesy Titty Flicks. So that's where we get all the pictures of Cindy. I lift them from the internet. Well, actually, Cindy's upstairs right now. And she's just doing managerial work for us. But that's where Cindy comes from. So thanks for asking. I would never want to be a lawyer. Because I know at some point I'm going to have to put somebody I think is guilty in jail. And I know at some point I'm going to have to set somebody free who I think is guilty. Just because it's my job. And I wouldn't want to do that. I couldn't live with myself with that. So lawyer is the one thing I wouldn't want to do.
I wouldn't want to be a social services worker dealing with abused kids. That would piss me off a lot.
That's a good one.
Child abuse, that's a good one,
yeah.
I gotta go like sanitation. I mean like sewers or anything like that. I couldn't do that type of, you know.
I guess that
water treatment plant or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with that.
Especially like you're like a pest person or something like that.
Yeah,
no shot.
Yeah.
I'm really a guitar player who transitioned to bass because of the needs of the band, as so many bass players do. But actually, I like bass a lot. I'm probably better at it than guitar, in all honesty, because it's.
No, don't be.
I mean, yeah. I think I probably got a better feel for bass than guitar. I enjoy it. It's as much as you think it's just like the same instrument. It's actually got a lot of little things different. So. But in terms of getting into guitar, I was like 13. I got Guitar Hero, and I enjoyed it.
Oh man, started with Guitar Hero. Huh?
Yeah, and I was actually one of the ones who made it into the real world of music. And he gave me a guitar. Then he loaned me a guitar when I was 13 for about a month, and I got my own. And he taught me 3 chords and a scale and said, "Figure it out." And I just stuck with it.
That's true.
Here we are.
And
for me, I started drums as a little kid. I always liked to beat on stuff, so I think it just kind of was natural for me to kind of, pick it up. I mean, I never got too serious about it, when I was younger. I wish I should have, or wish I did. I did play guitar and bass a little bit, dabbled in it, but I always just ended up falling right back to the drums. It just felt way more natural, and I don't know.
When I was a kid, I wanted a guitar really bad. And I was probably in the 3rd or 4th grade, and I got one. It was the worst guitar on the planet, and I couldn't figure out how to play it or what to do with it. And the school band came around looking for kids to join the band. And I said, "Yeah, sure, can I play guitar?" And they said, "We don't have guitar in a school band. What do you want to play?" And I picked the trumpet, and I did that for about 8 years. And then I went back to guitar after all of that got done and over with, and just kind of been there ever since. I just like it because you're not static in one place. You can take it with you. You can write songs on it, and that was my main thing, was never just to be a guy who played guitar or played piano. It's just, I wanted something I could write songs on, because songs is the main objective. It ain't, for me, being a guitar player. For me, it's just the ability to write songs and put them together and then get them out there. So that's why I picked that.
Realistically?
Not realistic.
Not realistic? I mean, I think it'd be fun to do like an Alive at 5 type deal, just because I think it's like mildly realistic, like it's not unheard of, but I mean, we don't play a very radio friendly type of music, so I have my doubts about that, but as a dream, it'd be something fun to do. But I think we've hit so many of the local bars, it's almost like,
yeah.
Going to another one isn't that big of a thrill, I hate to say it.
Really? You?
For me, it's got to be something like Upstate Concert Hall or SPAC. I mean, and I've seen a lot of rock shows and even some more metal shows at SPAC, and I think there's no reason why, you know, you see local bands opening up for these big, you know, kind of festivals, Big Day Out or Rock, you know, Energy, Rockstar Energy. So something like that, if our band did something like that, I mean, that'd be really pretty epic for us, you know.
For me, you know, the dream, I don't know. I think the world is just a big enough place to fit into one venue for us, because if you can have 7 billion people there, why not? But the one place that I think that would just be fun in the capital region, just because I've seen so many people play there, is Northern Lights / Upstate Concert Hall. I'll never call it Upstate Concert Hall. It's always going to be Northern Lights to me. God damn it. You know, just the way it goes. But just because everybody I've known that I was a fan of has played the place. And it'd kind of be cool to play the place. And we've hit just about everything around the goddamn place, except that place itself. So it'd be kind of cool to play there. You know, which is doable.
Yeah,
I mean, do that. We just never wanted to go in it, but it's just so much for that. Hey Frank, he's a sweetheart. He always reposts all our stuff, him and Billy. Love you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Well, the way we really do it is that we use a drum machine in the studio, and then whoever came up with the song will lay down the guitars and bass first. You know what I mean? Like if it's Kyle's, he'll write down the guitars and bass, and I'll add mine after, or vice versa. And then we'll do the vocals, and then I'll put the guitar solos on dead last, and then we bring them here, which you can't see where that is, but we...
The hidden location.
Yeah, it's hidden location.
The secret lair of the Crimson
Yeah,
Tips.
and we set up a mic or two, and we record the drums. To get a good sound, if you play live, is almost impossible. You have to multi-track it up and start with, you know, one instrument, build it up, and then... But we usually do, when we record, it's almost usually like a single or 2 takes straight through. We fix little things here and there, but usually we just play them right through. It's just a matter of, you know, just doing them one at a time. Our dear Mandy, who always supports the band. Okay, that's in. See, these are deep.
She went corporate on us.
She went corporate. She went deep. Everybody's going deep here. So, all right, go ahead.
I mean, 5 years, that's a mighty long time that I haven't thought about. Just more albums, more shows. More of the same, I guess, just more people. I mean, probably realistically the same shithole bars we've been in. I mean,
There's some nice establishments we play.
excuse me,
There's some nice establishments.
nice piss-covered establishments we usually play.
Some have been better than others.
Some have definitely been better than others.
Stinky pinky push.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some are no longer.
some will continue to fall. Some will grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see us touring the nation, playing out arenas, because who the fuck does that anymore?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, just, you know, making music for the love of it, and making more albums. Hopefully, 1 or 2 at least in the next few years, because God knows we took our time for the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, maybe 2 more albums, maybe 3 if we're really pushing it. See what happens.
I don't know. I mean, we could go for years if you really want to.
Yeah. I mean.
Got a long way to go. Yeah, probably just more of the same. You know, get more music out there and playing any venue that wants us. You know, bring the music to, you know, a different crowd, a different scene anytime we can. You know, it's no. I don't know. I kind of look at it as whenever we get to play someplace different. Maybe there's some local fans in that little area that be excited to see our music. You know, compared to what we were used to playing, or bringing the fans that have come, you know, religiously to our shows all the time. So just you know, definitely just getting the music out there. But Mandy, great question. And actually, as a side note, because you know, Mandy had an unfortunate situation with her house burning down. She lost her Crimson Tip shirts.
We're making them. She talked to me already.
Okay,
about it.
Yeah.
I'm
So I gotta
shirts.
shout that out. You will get more Crimson Tip shirts to replace those. Absolutely.
Of all people, yeah, Mandy's getting.
Anybody else wants Crimson Tip
Yes.
shirts?
Don't burn your house down and get one.
Yeah,
Let us know.
that'd be extreme. Although it would be a hell of a gesture of band loyalty if you went to that fucking extreme.
I'd fucking give you 2 shirts of that.
Yeah, and a free CD.
Yeah.
That's autographed.
But she always supports us, and we're here to support her.
Yeah, man,
Most
he's a
definitely.
shit.
I look at it as 2 things. For myself, I want us to just keep making more records and music and playing, obviously. For me, it's a twofold thing. As long as I can keep physically doing it, because I got a lot of hearing issues, to say the least.
What?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I'm already at the hearing aid stage wearing those things. So anyway, as long as I can keep playing and the ears allow it, I'll keep going, and it'll be the dream. Keep playing with the guys and keep doing it for years and years.
Oh, the question that's always asked.
The number one question I get, whatever it is. Take it away, guys. Speak loud so the microphone hears you.
So I love video games since I was a kid, and there was a show, so you might remember it, years ago on G4 TV called X-Play. Sounds dirty, but it's not. It was a video game review show, and they always had these like little segments between the reviews, and one of them was about the breast mechanics of video games, and the guys who had to program these giant tits on these video game chicks, and they were just going off about like all these names for boobs, and at one point they said the crimson tips of Mount Memory, and we thought that was the funniest shit we ever heard in our lives, and it was just at that moment, if we ever had a band, it's called Crimson Tips.
Oh,
We had one like that, similar.
I thought we had something like
we did
that,
one
but
similar to that.
It might have been like bands, not technically, yeah.
Or maybe it was favorite band, something like that.
yeah, something like that. But fuck it, we got it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
But fuck it.
That caught my attention too. I don't want to overlap anybody, but I mean, it's hard to narrow it down just to one person because you never want to just copy somebody else's one person. But if I had to narrow it down, I'd say musically, when I listen to myself, probably a lot of Doug Pinnick as like a bass player. He's like my guru bass player that I listen to the most. So I'd say Doug Pinnick and King's X as a whole. I probably sound more like Doug Pinnick solo stuff, but King's X as a whole. Prince, I listen to Purple Rain every day for over a year, every day all the way through. So that was an influence, a big influence. Alice in Chains and definitely Helmet. Even though we wrote In the Air and then I got into Helmet really big, which was weird because everybody was like, you sound kind of like Helmet, and then I got into Helmet after, which made me like Helmet a lot more.
For me, I gotta go again with Doug Pinnick because I mean, that was it. And once I heard that in like '94, once I heard King's X as a whole, but especially what Doug was doing on his solo records and everything like that, that was where the chunk and the junk and the trunk came from in the band. You know what I mean? I went from writing songs that were very AC/DC type, which is why Sunday Morning kind of still sounds that way, to the heavier drop D, step down. Everything was a lot more grungy sounding type stuff. So if I have to pick one person, it's him. But there's a lot of other people that meant a lot. You know what I mean? Prince, Bowie, all those kind of Adamant. I was a huge Adamant fan, all that kind of stuff. Anything done by Queen. So
for me, if I had to pick just one person, it's Dave Grohl of Nirvana. He definitely changed the way I wanted to play drums and the way I wanted to listen to music. I mean, I was definitely, in a more of a metal zone, and then, once Nirvana hit and Pearl Jam and all those bands hit and the alternative kind of came out, watching Dave Grohl thump on the drums in a different way, like that was me. It's like how can you make such a heavy sound fun, and just that was it.
these are from our man Mike Middleton. We haven't seen Mike in a while, but Mike.
Yeah, we gotta get Mike at the shows again. He was that 6'5" staple on the side over there.
Yeah. Gotta get him. Stop working so many hours, Mike. Show up at our rehearsals again. It'll be fun. All right, Mike has a two-parter, and this is possibly the most well thought out question I've ever heard in the history of my life.
Fucking paragraph long.
And flattering.
Nice.
Okay, Sludge Train has proven that Crimson Tips has been growing over the 4 years since their previous release. Well, thank you, Michael. Was there an established mindset for the direction the group wanted to go with the sound for Sludge Train?
Jesus, Mike, go to fucking Rolling Stone. You got
He's-
fucking chops.
Mike is deep, man. You know that.
Mike's
got a lot going on.
Mike, you should be a writer, man.
Yes. Can
We
you?
thought we were going to get underwear questions again. And all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff is normal. You want me to jump on this one first? And then
You do you, man.
Okay. I remember at the time we were starting to write for this record, I was listening heavily to Apocalyptic Love by Slash and the Conspirators or whatever. And the thing that got me was there was no what I would call filler songs on an album. Sometimes you write an album and you go, these are the songs you're going to release, and then I'm going to do an album song which is odd and weird and all that kind of shit, and it's never going to make the light of day other than people that buy the CD. And after listening to that, I was sitting down saying, well, why don't our next album, I hate to make it sound like you're doing it commercially, but the idea was let's do a record where everything could be a single on the radio, where there was no leave behind songs, where you're like, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work. And that was the mindset that I know we went into it with, was we're going to make a record where there's if it isn't something that you can picture people rocking out to it on the radio, and it isn't something you can play live and make people go nuts to, then it isn't going to make the CD.
Pretty much second all of that. The whole point was to make an album where you didn't have anything you couldn't play live, and there was no tracks to skip. It was kind of weird because, the album took several years to do. So, you start out with one mindset, and then you keep going. The whole overriding theme was no skipping tracks. But, your idea of how you're going to approach writing songs kind of changes a little bit over that much time. So I know, at least for me personally, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I know, when I first went in, I was thinking, well, it's got to be more complicated, it's got to be more grandiose, and then it turned into...
looking into it.
And
not more complicated.
But then, after failing to do that in a way that I liked, because it sounded too much like other people, it became more about no skipping and just sound like yourself, and keep it the way it should sound, consistent with the band sound. And then it became a lot more fluid, and that's just the mindset that carried through. Just write good songs, don't worry about anything else.
You want to throw anything in about the drum parts or anything? About what was your mindset as the drummer on the...
Well, I think that, getting to kind of build the drums out on the second album compared to the first album. The first album was the drum tracks were already there. Allowed me to kind of play with the sound a little bit, get them to see what I was thinking or what I was capable of, and what kind of fit with each song, little by little. I definitely went, didn't try to change anything up too much. A lot of people think, that bands have to every album they have to evolve or change, to a point, and then the fans say, oh, they changed too much, I don't like them anymore, I wish they went back to what they were. I think we tried to keep it same, but maybe just get a little heavier and a little thicker sound. And I think that's really what we did. A lot of the drums, on it were, just more of a thump sound, not a lot of, poppy, songs here and there.
Are there any plans to start up a process for the next album? Will there be an extended wait as there was between In the Air and Sludge Train? Actually, me and Kyle were talking about it the other day, about the whole next album idea and what we're going to do. And I know he's working on songs already, because I keep turning around and I'll see him with a guitar in his hand and his headphones on, come up with some pretty cool stuff. And we wanted to go into it. We want to knock out a couple albums a lot quicker than we did last time. Maybe have another one ready by next summer, and then...
Really?
We maybe. You know what I mean? Not like the big wait.
Whatever you thought of your plans.
Go on. Wait, you mean summer of 17 or 18?
I think he means
18.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like fucking August. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm always going to kind of write the way I kind of write. And Kyle kind of writes the way he writes, but he has, how can I put it? He goes for a bigger scope. Like I'm pretty much like a 3.5 minute hard pop rock guy. And he's kind of going into more of a Wagnerian.
He likes to rise and fall.
He's the metal version of Meatloaf. That kind of a thing. That's the idea. Get in there, write it. I know he's writing already. Myself, I never write until I really get there. You know what I mean? It's like I go in, I'll just write it, and I'll leave. And Kyle usually has some prepared ahead of stuff.
That's where the weight comes in. I'll be honest, I'm the much slower songwriter. If there's a wait, sorry, it's me.
Usually I'll get my 5 songs done in like a week and I'll be in and out.
Yeah. Usually what happens is he'll get his 5 done, then I'll get my 5 done, and he'll hear my 5 and be like, I'm gonna change 2 of mine, don't worry. You just keep working on yours and I'll finish mine. He'll change 1 or 2 of his because he gets bored with them by the time I get done. I really think that. So, I don't think it'll be as bad a wait because usually, like after NVA and after you release an album, you take some time just because it's a very time-consuming process to do it. You don't want to just jump into the next one always. But this one, kind of just jumping into the next one. So hopefully get something good going out of it. And again, broaden our scope without changing the sound too greatly.
We're just about out of here. We'll do another one of these things soon. Anybody got anything to say before we take off?
Thanks for anybody that supports us, and if anybody, doesn't, go fuck yourself. Go die. Eat shit.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
I'm just teasing, but seriously, don't live anymore.
You got anything, dude?
No, thanks to the people that support us, come out to all shows, and, hopefully we'll see you guys all out there again soon.
Yeah, I'm basically going to reiterate what the boys just said because, honest to God, every time I view the stage as a sacred place, and every time we get out there, we're so blessed that people take time out of their lives to come and see us.
Pay money to see us?
Yeah, pay money to see us. We're not lucky, you're not lucky to see us play. I mean, we're good, but you're not lucky to see us. We're lucky that you're there. You know what I mean? You guys will come out. You could be in your house watching TV with a bowl of fucking food in front of you, having a good time, and yet you get up on a cold night, hop in a cold car, drive to a cold bar, pay money to come in and drink fucking God knows what kind of stale shit, just to see us play and to help support the band. You'll never know what that means to us. So God bless everybody, and everybody out there, hope your dreams and hopes come true. Peace out. We'll do another one of these. You can ask more questions. We'll try to look more alive next time. It's late on a Monday night, and these questions were really heavy and serious.
Those are good questions, though.
They were excellent questions.
I'm fucking impressed, people.
Yeah, seriously. Next time, and we'll get more titties out there to get you to ask more questions. That last one was like, whatever. All right, thanks. Peace out. Bye.